question is, with integrity, it's like Jane Austen's constancy. Will you be a long-distance runner in your calling, in your vocation, at this particular bleak moment where it looks as if all hope is being cast aside? The voice is saying, I've been there before. Like John Milton, Paradise Lost. What are the conditions under which ordinary people consent to their own servitude? That's a profound question. We do not yet have a definitive response. Just like Plato telling us Democrats, small d, you will never, ever be able to sustain a democratic experiment because the demos is shot through with unruly passion and ubiquitous ignorance, and it will generate a strong man in the patriarchal form, giving up vicious legacy of patriarchy, and it will generate tyranny. Every democracy has within it the seeds of a tyrant because the demos don't have the capacity to rule themselves. We have yet to provide a definitive response to Plato, as profound and as wrong as I think he is. Because in our democratic forms, what do we still have? The oligarchs and plutocrats. In our democratic forms, what do we still have? Too much xenophobia, hatred of trans and gays and lesbians, not staying in contact with working people's humanity, bosses ruling over workers as if they're masters vis-a-vis slave-like persons. How many innocent did he kill? How many children were killed? Let's keep track. We didn't keep track of how many Iraqis died. We didn't keep track of how many Afghanistan died. We didn't keep track of hundreds of thousands of Muslims who have been killed since the U.S. invasion and occupation, given the gangster attack on us in New York. Those Muslim lives have the same value as any other human life. And we wonder, why does the gangster respond? How do we hold on to our spiritual integrity and tell the world we will ensure that there's never another vicious wholesale attack on precious Jewish brothers and sisters, as has been the case so often for 2,000 years? But at the same time, when they choose to occupy a people, when they choose to align themselves with a U.S. empire that loses sight with the Palestinian brothers and sisters, that Palestinian baby in Gaza has exactly the same value as that precious Jewish baby in Tel Aviv. Occupation lacks moral and spiritual integrity. It's wrong, it's unjust, it's illegal, and if we don't come to terms with it, you're going to reap what you sow, like any other historical moment. And thank God we're seeing a moral and a spiritual awakening tied to integrity. I was just with my brothers and sisters of If Not Now, among the young Jewish population. Some of them had mothers and fathers inside of AIPAC, but they were standing for spiritual integrity. They're not just trying to be sensitive because it's a nice issue to be popular about. No. Wipe away all deodorized bureaucratic discourses of diversity and inclusivity. Talk about integrity. Talk about integrity. And I was blessed to be there. What you doing here, Brother West? I'm trying to be a person of integrity. If there was a Palestinian occupation of Jewish brothers and sisters, I'd be at the same march with the same sense of righteous indignation because it's wrong. When you have 550 Palestinian babies killed in 51 days and hardly anybody can raise their voices, not a moaning word from any major elite, that's a sign of a lack of moral integrity. Somebody's scared. Somebody doesn't want to tell the truth. Somebody doesn't want to be unpopular. Oh, Du Bois says, echoing Martin Luther King Jr., I'd rather be dead than afraid.